It was one British officer in particular, Orde Charles Wingate, who made the Zionist leaders realize more fully that the idea of Jewish statehood had to be closely associated with militarism and an army. First of all, to protect the growing number of Jewish enclaves and colonies inside Palestine, but also, more crucially, because acts of armed aggression were an effective deterrent against the possible resistance of the local Palestinians. From there, the road to contemplating the enforced transfer of the entire indigenous population would prove to be very short indeed. Orde Wingate was born in India in the early 20th century to a military family and received a very religious upbringing. He began an Arabophile career in the Sudan, where he gained prestige with a particularly effective ambush policy against slave traders. In 1936, he was assigned to Palestine, where he quickly became enchanted by the Zionist dream. He decided actively to encourage the Jewish settlers and started teaching their troops more effective combat, combat tactics and retaliation methods against the local population. It is no wonder that his Zionist associates greatly admired him. Wingate transformed the principal paramilitary organization of the Jewish community in Palestine, the Haganah. Established in 1920, its name literally means defense in Hebrew, ostensibly to indicate that its main purpose was protecting the Jewish colonies. Under the influence of Wingate and the militant mood he inspired among its commanders, the Haganah quickly became the military arm of the Jewish Agency, the Zionist governing body in Palestine, that in the end developed and then implemented plans for the Zionist military takeover of Palestine as a whole and the ethnic cleansing of its native population. The Arab revolt gave the Haganah members a chance to practice the military tactics Wingate had taught them in the Palestinian rural areas, mostly in the form of retaliatory operations against such targets as roadside snipers or thieves taking goods from a kibbutz. The main objective, however, seems to have been to intimidate Palestinian communities who happened to live in proximity to Jewish settlements. Wingate succeeded in attaching Haganah troops to the British forces during the Arab Revolt so that they could learn even better what a punitive mission to an Arab village ought to entail. For example, in June 1938, Jewish troops got their first taste of what it meant to occupy a Palestinian village. A Haganah unit and a British company jointly attacked a village on the border between Israel and Lebanon and held it for a few hours. Ahmadiyya Cohen, who took part in the operation, remembered the British sergeant who showed them how to use bayonets in attacking defenseless villagers. I think you are all totally ignorant in your Ramat Yohanan, the training base for the Haganah, since you do not even know the elementary use of bayonets when attacking dirty Arabs. How can you put your left foot in front? He shouted at Ahmadiyya and his friends after they had returned to base. Had this sergeant been around in 1948, he would have been proud to see how quickly Jewish troops were mastering the art of attacking villages. The Haganah also gained valuable military experience in the Second World War, when many of its members volunteered for the British war effort. Others who remained behind in Palestine continued to monitor and infiltrate the 1,200 or so Palestinian villages that had dotted the countryside for hundreds of years.